Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Lovin Riyadh show. I'm Rama,
And I'm Sarah.
and today we have some exciting things that are happening in Riyadh as usual, but more so because of Riyadh season. Today is the 24th of December. So, again, nearing very near the end of the year.
Yeah.
So exciting. We're starting off today with internet star Henry Moores runs 600 kilometers from the UAE to Riyadh for the Fury versus Usyk showdown.
And Jason Statham, I think that's right, and Turki Al Sheikh had the most iconic interactions at the Usyk versus Fury fight.
And famous streamer agent 00 or double O, I'm not sure, shares heartfelt experience of Medina's spiritual serenity.
And we're ending it with Riyadh's very Boulevard runway becomes an instant hit. Okay, starting off with this story that I found really interesting, and I think me and Rama last week were talking about it all the time, which is internet star Henry Morris runs 600 kilometers from UAE to Riyadh. Of course, when this happened, the first thought that came to my mind was look up in Google, how long does it take? Actually. I think by plane it takes about, don't quote me, but I think about 2 hours maybe.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and by car, I'm not gonna risk it and actually say a number, but he started on December 5, and according to Google, it takes about 12 days, I think, but this is without
Stopping.
taking breaks and
Which is
stuff.
impossible.
It is. So Henry's goal was to run from the UAE to Riyadh. Keep in mind, he is a trained professional, I think, and he had his entire team with him. Don't just go running from a country to a country. That's actually very dangerous. Keep that in mind. He started his little journey to watch the fight between Usyk and Fury. And I think he's a fan of Fury, I think Tyson Fury. Anyways,
Okay.
yeah, I think he's a fan of Tyson Fury. So I was when I heard about his journey, I really wish that he's, his team or the player he's
Rooting for.
cheering rooting for would win. So it took him about, I think, 14 to 15 days. Overall, here it is. Around, in Google, according to Google, it takes 188 hours. That's a long time, walking. But I loved the way
Not even walking, running.
Yeah, but he would take breaks, he would walk.
I know, but he's still, I'm sure, running for a
Jogging,
significant
I would
amount of
say.
time, yeah.
Jogging, because most
You
of
can't
this...
really sprint. I mean, you're gonna get exhausted so fast.
Exactly. Other than that, you're gonna get dehydrated because
Yeah.
But what was cute about it is people from all different nationalities would stop and give him water. They would give him
that's
food.
nice.
He would eat, croissants. These little croissants. I'm not gonna say the name, but it was.
But yeah.
Yeah, I know they're good croissants, but I think he had a lot of croissants.
I'm sure he did.
His diet consisted of a lot of carbohydrates, which are bananas, lots of as I said, croissants, these sweet croissants with chocolate and jam, strawberry jam. So yeah, I think that sugar helped him.
To keep him going, you need these
So,
carbs
yeah.
to fuel. Basically, it's such
Exactly.
a grueling thing on your body
Yeah.
to do that.
Especially it's lots of cardio, which
Yeah.
in fitness math, I think lots of cardio would burn the muscles instead of actually growing the muscle, because
But I do think running also helps build muscle, in your
it
legs.
does, but if you're eating a lot of protein.
Yeah,
Which
I
he was
doubt.
eating a lot of carbohydrates. I think he was doing that on purpose, so that gives him this sugar rush
Boost
and
of energy,
you know. And I loved also that he kept doing sponsors, and he also was updating his fans always on he would post updates on his actual page, or he would post stories, which was cute. So yeah, props to you, Henry. Loved that you're here. And
We'll
now
see.
he's posting about cakes in the Saudi Airlines, which, yeah, glad to know that he's coming back the normal way, with
He's posting
a
about
plane.
cakes.
Yeah, he's he's
His little cake on the Saudi airline.
yeah,
Okay.
Which-
Interesting
which is
thing to
cute.
fixate on.
yeah,
Yeah, they are good.
yeah,
Saudi airline food is
cheesecakes.
great.
I think it was a cheesecake, which is
So, speaking about the Usyk versus Fury fight that obviously happened during the weekend and everybody was talking about it, an iconic moment, several iconic moments happened actually between Jason Statham and Turki al-Sheikh. They were seen having, honestly, just the most wholesome and iconic interactions. There are several videos that were appearing online showing them meeting each other. And Jason Statham, if you guys know him from his movies, do you know much about
Yeah,
himself?
I know his face.
He does not smile. I never see him happy. He's such a he always takes on these like serious characters, or even if it's like a comedy role, he's still more like the tough guy. And the first video I saw of him shaking hands with Turki al-Sheikh, he's smiling, the biggest smile like from ear to ear.
Yeah.
And it was so cute, and they were seen also sitting next to each other and just laughing and cracking jokes the entire night. And people loved that. I think it's nice to see two different worlds come together.
Yeah.
Obviously, Turki Sheikh, with all the different events that he's doing, he's meeting a lot of these Hollywood stars. But it's nice to see somebody like Jason Statham, where you're so used to him in action movies, interact
I think
with Turki
it's-
Sheikh in such a wholesome way.
Yeah, I think it's the shared love of action between those two.
Yep,
Yeah.
definitely.
It's giving besties.
It really looked like they became besties. And they were just chatting away, literally, the
Yeah.
entire fight. Who knows what they were talking about?
Maybe a new movie starring Jason.
Some new things.
Jason, right? Yeah, Jason.
But yeah, it definitely painted a different, more playful side to Jason Statham. And yeah, the crowd seemed like they were really appreciating their vibes. Jason also came with his wife, I forget her name, Rosie something, but she's a model.
Oh yeah, I think I.
And she's very well known, actually.
And she's very pretty.
She's very pretty. So yeah, that was really interesting to see all these videos. And the fight in general had a lot of iconic moments, I think, don't you think? And there was a lot of Hollywood people there.
Well, I think Tyson Fury. I loved the video they posted on YouTube, but like, what do you call it when you're like trying to promote some kind of something?
Like the marketing, basically?
Yeah, I think one of the marketing strategies was like a YouTube video which featured Usyk and Fury, like one of them popping to the other and like scaring the other. It was nice.
Oh, that's funny.
You should watch it, yeah.
Yeah. The whole fight was, there was a lot of build up to it anyways, but all the videos that came out of it were so interesting and fun and wholesome, so that you don't really think about who's winning and who's not winning,
Yeah. Okay, famous streamer Agent 00 or 00
I think it's
shared.
00 maybe.
Maybe,
That would make sense.
because 00.
Like 007.
I mean, it's kind of the name of a rapper somehow. I don't know.
007 is James Bond. So he's an
Don't
agent.
quote me on these things.
I don't know. I think it might be 00. Could be 00.
So, Mr. Agent 00 shares his heartfelt experience of Medina's spiritual serenity. Serenity? Serenity. Anyways, before we get into that, have you seen that Khabi is actually Khabi Laim? I think his name is Khabi Laim or Lam, something like that. He's actually Muslim, and lots of
Interesting.
people loved his post when he like made a post about being in Mecca. Lots of people loved that. So on that note, let's get into it. Anyways, Agent 00, the famous video gamer and streamer, recently swapped his gaming setup for a spiritual getaway in Medina, or to Medina. And it's always nice to see like influencers coming to Medina. Or Mecca in general. It's like really, it's some kind of feeling that lots of people, I think, can't understand until they actually visit. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
like this week only, I think I've seen Khabi, and I've seen this Agent 00 or 00, and there's also one. Yeah, the comments on Khabi's post. They were all like cheering him for being Muslim and stuff like that. But we're talking about Agent today. He posted a video, which we'll insert a clip of it, you know, like enjoying the spirituality of Medina. And if you've been to Medina, it's about to get a bit controversial, but despite being Muslim or non-Muslim, lots of people have said that they feel some kind of aura that comes from like being in Medina and like just seeing the masjid and all these things from like,
I can definitely understand that. It makes a
Yep.
lot of sense, honestly.
which is yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
good for him, honestly.
For
So, the Riyadh runway is now open and it has already become an instant hit. And we all knew, I think, it was going to become an instant hit from when we saw the planes being transported to Riyadh. It was a whole thing at that time. And everybody was super excited to see what they're going to do with these planes. We all kind of knew it was going to be something to do with the Riyadh season. There was talk of it being a restaurant or a cafe or something of the sort. And then living in Riyadh, you pass by the boulevard area. We were seeing them creating the planes,
yeah,
but from far away a little bit, so you can't really tell what it was going to be. But now they're open, and it's called Boulevard Runway, and it just opened this week, I believe.
I think so,
right?
yeah.
And it's already drawing massive crowds because obviously everybody wants to experience this completely different kind of spot to go to. And definitely Insta-worthy moments, I'm sure. And because obviously it's iconic, it's Saudi Airlines, it makes it even more special as well. And the grand opening ceremony was iconic in itself, with, of course, Turkish Sheikh cutting the ribbon.
Yeah.
And everybody was really excited to see him, especially since I think he's the one who created this whole idea anyways.
He's the mastermind of
He
it
really
all.
is. And the actual restaurants, I think some of them are restaurants. There's also a real Boeing 777 that you can go inside, and you can go up to the control tower and see the views. And you can also go inside the different areas of the plane and kind of play pilot
Yeah,
if you wanted to.
that's cool.
And there's also a haunted plane ride.
We
which
really
is
need to go to that.
Super interesting. But yeah, it's also starting at only 50 riyals, which is
Very cheap.
very cheap.
Very cheap. That's a deal.
Exactly, for all of these different things. I did see videos of some of I think they're like restaurants or cafes, and they've decorated them from the inside to look very like Arab-esque, Saudi style, you know?
Which is nice.
And it just does not look like a plane.
It looks
from
like
the inside.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
It's
like,
such
I
a
think-
crazy idea, and I'm surprised no one's done it before as well. It's such a, I don't know. I just
Unique.
think you'd really want to experience it. I really want to experience it. Every time I pass by, I'm like, I need to go.
Make this the two of us.
Yeah, so hopefully we will. If any of you guys have been, let us know.
Tomato no.
And let us know what your favorite attraction from these planes were.
And take some snaps.
Yeah, definitely. And
Put the
share them.
hashtag Lovin Riyadh and
Yep.
just, you know.
I think I'm most excited to experience the haunted plane ride.
Yeah.
Because I love all of these stories about the disappearing planes. I don't love them, obviously, they're very unfortunate, but they're super
We get
interesting
you, Mama, yeah.
to hear about.
Like you're living in a movie. You know,
Exactly.
some kind of escape room feeling.
Kind of, I think
kind
so,
of,
yeah.
I want to try the thing, the what
What's
do you
that?
call it? When like something bad happens in a plane and they just shoot a what do you call it? A slide.
Oh, the slide that they put on the
Yeah.
edge of the airplane.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit too real, I think.
But I think it's exciting, you know,
yeah,
adrenaline.
to experience it without the actual danger. you
Yeah,
know?
exactly. Without
Yeah.
the panic, the real panic,
Exactly.
you know.
So, yeah, let us know if you try it. If we try it, maybe this week, we'll come
I'll
back
let you
next
know
week and let you
tell
know our
about it. And
experience.
I think next week we're going to start the podcast in the new year. So,
True.
Yeah.
This is our last episode
of 2024.
of 2024.
Hello.
Is that true?
goodbye. Yeah, I think it is.
When is the first day?
The first day, probably next week.
Okay, so this is our last episode in 2024. We will
Yeah.
see you all in the new year.
Yeah, I think there's a joke about it. I'll remember it next week, inshallah. Okay, so that is it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you've got any like topics you want us to talk about, share in the comments, please. And don't forget to catch us on YouTube for the visuals and all the streaming platforms such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Anghami, you name it. We'll see you again, inshallah, next week in the New Year's.